Hey guys, it's Village Kev Talks here again, and I was thinking about this recently, and I figured it would make a great video, so I wanted to share it. A few years back, I want to say maybe 3 years ago, I decided that I would go on a vow of celibacy. So my plan at the time was to go on this vow of celibacy until I found somebody who was special, who I would date and have a relationship with. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. First off, the reason I wanted to have this vow of celibacy was that there were multiple reasons. The first reason is at that time, and still kind of to this day, I felt like I always left intimate situations, like sexual situations, unsatisfied. And so then I would be like, what was the point of this? You know, like if I wasn't feeling it, what is the point of it? And I know myself, and I know that I'm somebody who would value an emotional connection way more, even in and out of the bedroom. Like even in the bedroom, it would be easier for me to connect and feel good if I had an emotional connection with that person. So I was like, let me do this because it would be kind of nice to never have to worry about your health. I'm very paranoid and like hypochondriac-esque as it is. So the idea of not ever having to think about it, and even just for myself, almost like as a cleansing, I like the concept of giving myself that challenge, which isn't even that hard, I think, of a challenge if you're disciplined about it. But I wanted to do it, and you know, I wanted my intentions to align with my actions, right? Because there were so many people, and I knew a lot of gay guys at the time who'd complain about not having a boyfriend and not finding anybody serious, but they would just do Grindr hookups every weekend. So it's like, it's hard to take you seriously at that point. At least that was how I felt then. I'm a bit more open-minded now about that, I guess, but at the time I was like, if this is really what I want, if I really want a relationship and I want something solid and serious, then I need to be more conservative, I guess. That was my logic. So I ended up doing it, and I lasted a year, which is pretty decent, I think. But of course, that was the year that like the hottest guys ever who expressed interest in me came my way, would be that year. And one of them I made a fuckboy video about. I think I called him Miles. I think that was the Miles fuckboy of the month. And there's another one who I'll probably make a video about at some point. But that second guy was like the most interesting person I've ever met. And he really wanted to hook up the night that we met. And I was like, no, I'm on this vow of celibacy. And I also just didn't want to because I really liked him and I wanted to get to know him. And it's one of those things that I regret because I never saw him again. I'll talk about that in that video once I make it. But point is, it's just really funny how, you know, you make these plans and it doesn't go according to plan. I lasted a year though. Towards the end, it got tough. Like there were these guys who I met who I was so attracted to, but I limited myself. Towards the end, I was kind of bending the rules a little bit. I did stick to a year of like not going all the way, but I definitely, towards the end, it was kind of questionable whether I was crossing the line of these rules that I had set for myself. For example, like I would meet up with a guy and you know, we would have a chemistry, and maybe I would go home with him and we would sleep in the same bed like naked together, but we wouldn't do anything. Or eventually it was like a lot of touching, but no third base, no home run. Like I was very strict. So eventually, about a year after, I was just like, F it. A year is enough. I'm good to go. And you know, it's funny because I can't imagine taking a vow of celibacy now. Not because I'm not disciplined or that it's harder for me to be disciplined, but it just seems kind of silly that I was limiting myself when it's not like before that I was like, had a conquest every weekend. I'm not intimate with people that often, and I can count every guy I've gone all the way with. It's a pretty limited, small list. But I don't know, I guess I'm just more open-minded about freeing yourself and allowing yourself to do the things that you want to do. Don't get me wrong, like I still know what I want, and my vision for myself as a gay person hasn't changed. Like I still want monogamy, I still want a relationship and all those things, but I don't know, I guess over time my mentality about things like hookups has just changed, and I just, it doesn't seem like a big deal to me anymore. And part of me thinks that's sad because I think I've given in to how gay culture, at least in America, probably in the whole world, but at least in America, it's just, it's, it's kind of ubiquitous. Are you impressed I use the word ubiquitous? You should be. But at the same time, maybe it's also just that I become more open-minded and not so like strict and prudish about the fact that you can just have fun if you want to have fun. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.